Mrs. Robino's has been in business for 80 years. Run by a woman, started by a woman, and always will be. My grandmother started it, her daughter took it over, who raised me, then I came in, and Andrea came in.
So in 1940, my grandmother and my great-grandmother and grandfather lived on Howland Street. And the way the restaurant began was that my great-grandmother started serving immigrants whose wives had not immigrated yet from Italy. People were just showing up at her doorstep wanting dinner. Back then, 1940, women were not really supposed to be entrepreneurs or whatever, so she was sort of a, an icon in the community at that point, opening up her own place. So she and my great-grandfather bought the building that's at 520 North Union. They lived upstairs and they ran a restaurant here.
My mother worked here in 1940. My mother would wheel me up here and nurse me in this restaurant. I think everybody in this family worked here at one time or another. This neighborhood was totally different then. To give you an idea, there was 5 shoemakers within 7 or 8 block area, tailor shops, bakeries, none of which are here today. I think it's a landmark. I travel a little bit, and I don't care where I go. If I meet somebody from Delaware and I mention Mrs. Robino's, they have either been here or they know of it.
I was the dishwasher, and my sister was a cook, and another sister was a waitress. And so I did dishes, so when I would come home, I had to be home at 10 with him, and he'd come home and help me wash the dishes.
Well, what was it like washing dishes next to your sweetheart?
Terrible.
Little Italy was a very tight-knit area back in those days, and I've been coming here since I was that high, and I'm the 3rd generation. I have 4th and 5th generation coming here now also.
Mrs. Robino's is like coming home. It's like coming to my mom's house.
The food's always good. It's consistent. The people are friendly. It's kind of like having lunch and dinner with your friends. I mean, everybody's
Absolutely.
so friendly.
Yeah.
It's
You get
and the food's
hugs
good.
and kisses every time you walk in the door. I mean, what kind of restaurant does that?
We're known for all of our homemade pasta and our homemade sauce, of course. So 9 times out of 10, people don't even need a menu when they come because they know that they want to have the cheese ravioli or the half and half or the lasagna, something that they've had since they've been a child.
What's nice about the restaurant is that it's more than a restaurant. It's part of the community. They're family to most of us. Faithful Friends Animal Society is an animal welfare organization with a no-kill shelter, and we do a lot of policy reforms for animals. And so I've known Mrs. Robino over the years and been a patron of the restaurant. And when we needed support to promote spay-neuter, we did a spay Getty dinner fundraiser here. And there really aren't many vegan restaurants in Delaware. There weren't at the time. This was probably 10 years ago. And so I just said to Andrea, I know you don't make vegan food, but would you make something plant-based that's delicious, like phenomenal for this training? And would you donate it? And she just said yes, didn't even hesitate. Next thing you know, I get a call from her months later saying she's going to some kind of restaurant training in California to learn about plant-based Italian food. And I was developing a menu. That was just going above and beyond, and which just showed how much she cared.
You got to care. You got to care what the food looks like. You got to care what it tastes like. That's all I can say. You just have to have the love. And I think we have the love for it, and our customers love us.
I thought a lot about this, and I'm going to get emotional if I talk about it. But I think my great-grandmother would be so proud of us to carry on her tradition and continue what she really had a vision for.